So for everyday operations of the store or of the business as a whole, can you please cite some examples on how IKEA or IKEA, baka some people are wondering why I keep saying IKEA. I just want to say this. There are two pronunciations, IKEA and IKEA, and both are acceptable. Today lang, chinus ko yung IKEA. Pagbigyan nyo na. Kasi maiba, diba? That's how now the Swedish pronunciation is IKEA. So that's just nice to stick to it. So both are accepted. Okay, so can you cite some examples on how IKEA shows its commitment to care more for the planet?
Angie, would you like to start first?
Okay. So here in IKEA, we actually want to have a positive impact in people and our planet. So when I say people, it's not only us co-workers working here in IKEA, but also our suppliers and basically the whole value chain. So this is basically a fundamental to help us achieve our goal to have a positive difference. That's why in IKEA we have this called iWay. So iWay basically is like it's like a code of supplier, code of conduct. So it's the IKEA way of responsibly sourcing out products, services, other components. So the objective is basically to ensure that all our partners are also doing sustainability practices in their own workplaces because they're still part of our daily operations. So that's one example. And another one is Rags to Riches. So R2R is actually our official sewing services provider here in IKEA Pasay City. So R2R is something, they provide job opportunities to underprivileged communities in Payalas and Tondo. So this is also one of our corporate social responsibility so that we enable our vision to create a better everyday lives for the Filipinos. And then lastly, in terms of our utilities, so we're 100% LED, we're using 100% LED in our store. And then we also have censored lighting, motion censored lighting in our store, calibrated air conditioning system depending on the operational requirements. And also in our office, we also use FSC certified paper so that we're very sustainable also. And then in terms of parcel operations, Yarek can share more about it.
Yes, so in the customer fulfillment operations, we decided from day one to not use the plastic in the packaging for the deliveries for the customers. Instead, we are using FSC certified paper cardboard boxes. And we try to reuse the boxes which we are having from the inbound deliveries to the store, and also use the waste, paper waste, which we are having from the inbound to create the fillers to secure the products in the boxes. So, like from day one, we never used the plastic in the operation on the customer fulfillment.
That's really good, like bubble wraps or, sometimes you get something and it's all wrapped in plastic and you're like, I don't think it was necessary. So thank you for being so conscious about these choices. Now, in terms of waste, how does IKEA try to manage its waste from everyday operations? Angie, would you like to give an answer?
So in terms of waste and operations, so basically we also practice segregation in our store. So if you notice, all our trash bins are practicing segregation. And then 65 to 70% of our waste is actually cardboards. So we receive a number of containers every day with cardboards all over our products. So what we do with these cardboards, we have a baler machine. It's called a baler machine. So what it does is it compresses the cardboards and bale it. So each bale weighs about 350 to 400 kilos. So it's really, if you imagine, it's really compressed into a one cube. So what are the advantages of this? So basically it minimizes the travel from, because we load it in our 10 10-ton truck. And then, so it's less travel, less carbon footprint, and it also saves some space. So we usually haul out these bale cardboards every other day. And then before, when we didn't have it, we imagine the cardboards just laying flat. So that's times 3 of what we actually transport. So there, it's less carbon emissions and it saves space and cost for us also. So that's the baler machine. And then also, one of the popular areas here in the store is the as-is. So here we recover the products to lessen the waste also. So we do repackaging of our either returned items or display items so that we give a second life to our products. And then in terms of food waste, Alejandro can share more about the food waste.
Yeah, so for food, we have an Orca digester. So this is a machine, all the food waste goes into this machine. It accelerates the decomposition process, makes it much, much quicker, and it reduces all the leftovers, all of the waste into something liquid, right? And then it's transferred to a waste management facility just specifically for this kind of liquid.
And this liquid is used for, sorry, I would like to just learn.
Yeah, so,
They learn
yes, it's just for more efficient waste segregation.
segregation, yeah. Good. Galing. Wow, thank you. These are things like baler machine, Orca. This is all new to me and I'm learning a lot from this discussion, so thank you. Now, okay. Another question here is, as IKEA continues its journey towards only sourcing renewable or recyclable materials by 2030,
Lapit na yun, ha? 6 years away, like I can't.
it's crazy how quick time flies. And its aim to use only renewable or recycled materials and to provide new solutions for our customers to prolong the life of the products and materials. Can you share how sustainable IKEA products are currently? Because the goal is in 2030. So where are we now?
All right. Good afternoon, everyone.
There are.
Yes. From sales perspective, IKEA has 9,000 plus articles, and out of these 9,000 articles, we are currently 73% material use or source of the material are sustainable and renewable. Yes.
That's a high number.
Yes, and as you can see if you visit the store later, our material source are made of different types, which are recycled wood and of course made of recycled plastics. Actually, the chairs that you are sitting on are made of recycled PET plastics. So all the water plastic bottles, these are recycled and mixed together with recycled wood and converted into a dining chair. This is called Odor Chair, and you can find it at dining department also. And one of the examples also aside from this chair is Istad. Istad is a resealable bag which is a must-have because it's for food. So if you have leftover food from parties, then you can keep it and store it with you. So it's good for festive season last month. So if you have friends visiting or even going to celebrations, you can keep the food and that's what we call it, sharo. So it's a good product. So later on, when you
Wait lang,
go
sandali. Hindi kita makakalampasin sa Sharon. Some people might be like, sino nakakala mo why he said Sharon? You guys, everybody knows why. Okay, alright.
Yeah.
Tama.
Yes, because
Balutin mo na lang.
correct. So instead of using plastic, we use Istad resealable bag, which you can find at cooking and eating department. So it's a good product that a must-have to bring this.
I think it's also a mommy must-have because there's so many things you need to compartmentalize and then a lot of things na pwedeng ibaon after. So I will get a lot of Istad. Thank you. So, okay, another question for you, Gerard. How does IKEA encourage a more sustainable life at home with the products that you have?
Alright, so one of the many products that we have in IKEA, I bring one example here, is I have this every day with me and my bag whenever I go to work. It's called Fracta. Fracta bag is
It's so famous.
reusable bag, and it can hold up to 30 kilos. And it's good for you to bring with you, so whenever you go to shopping, go to grocery, it's one of the ways for us to live sustainable. And as you can see, those water bottles, the food containers, these are also sustainable because you can store food and you can also bring food whenever you go to work, to school, or to office. So that's one of the ways how we can encourage our customers and even as Filipinos to live sustainable.
I would like to also add that over the next years, we will redesign almost all our top sellers that they will be prolonged the life. So, for example, that the people are changing the place that they are living, they can reassemble our products and then reassemble again. And the process is already started, and together with this 2030 ambition that they will be all products, they will be redesigned
And
to
reused.
not only easy to assemble, but also reassemble and assemble again.
That's fantastic. Actually, I remember when we were doing our briefing yesterday that you were in the forefront. I think at IKEA, the brand was at the forefront of the reassembled table. So I mean, it's pretty clever. A lot of the things, I just wish that I could assemble as well. So I always need somebody. Hi, pwede po ba magpatulong? But that's me. That's my goal in 2030, to be able to assemble the things on my own. Okay, I also heard of a goal of IKEA, and that is to make 33% of IKEA trips to customers' homes in electric vehicles. I'm thinking, what? That's an amazing number. So can you tell me more about this goal and where IKEA Philippines is now with this goal? Yare?
Actually, we would like to exceed this goal this year. So, there is a plan that at the end of this year we will have the 100% deliveries in Metro Manila only on the electric vehicles. Last month we introduced the service express delivery, which is a customer can order and deliver the same day or next day morning. And 100% of these deliveries is going on the electric vehicle already. I would like to also announce that next week we are
On Monday?
Yes, on Monday we are planning to extend our operation and introduce the deliveries to two major cities in Visayas and in Mindanao. And everywhere we go in Visayas and Mindanao, it will be used on the electric vehicles from day one. So there will be no transition, we just go full electric. Thanks for our partners.
Thank you for that applause because it does deserve a round of applause and more. And Yare, you have to say where are the two cities? You already told me. It's Iloilo and
Davao, and it will be open for the ordering for the bulk orders for the home delivery on Monday. And CDO, the local name, the Cagayan de Oro, will join on the February 1st. So the major cities in Visayas, in Mindanao, and in the circle like 90 kilometers from these cities will be delivered on the electric vehicles soon.
That's
so
fantastic
I
news.
hope we will have another thousands of customers. So as far as today, because there was also, I asked how many deliveries we have done on electric vehicles. It's almost 16,000 deliveries we already have done on electric vehicles.
16,000 deliveries that you've done on electric vehicles. May I ask, when did this start? Would you know? Like, was it just last year, or you've been doing this for quite a while?
In general, it's a global direction which we already have a few years. So it's before we even start operation in Philippines. Of course, the different markets are in different places. You know, if I can compare infrastructure in the United Kingdom where I was working before and here, we already had electric vehicles there.
A long time ago.
But from the beginning, we would like to start it, and we try to convince our transport service providers. On the beginning, we were not successful from day one. But now I would like to say that is the transformation started, and we have the one company, Mover, which we are growing together in this, and we accelerate the usage of electric vehicles. And Mover is now investing in the charging point because this is important infrastructure. It's not only the electric vehicles, but infrastructure that you can charge. So there is the charging plant in the Pasay, and also they are thinking about the road, how we can drive to Ilocos Norte area or Bicol. I'm good from geography. To only on electric vehicles.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I learned so much. It's exciting to know that these things are actually happening now. And Mover, I learned about this provider today, your partner today. So I will check out and download Mover as well. So let's support brands that have, sustainability as part of their core value. Of course, we move on to something that's very special to all of us, food. Plant-based food and healthy eating have been a trend, or rather a movement in the food industry, with a lot of restaurants and other food brands offering plant-based and vegan options. What is IKEA's take on this movement, Alejandro?
Yeah, I mean, for IKEA, it's not a trend, right? So we want to be at the forefront of this. We want to be available for the many. So for 2023, we aim to be 40% of our restaurant menu to be actually plant-based. So we want to make sure that this type of food is available for the menu, and we don't want it to seem too expensive, right? It should be available for the menu. It shouldn't cost too expensive for you guys to help and sustain it.
And it's fresh.
It is very
and it's
fresh.
good. Of course. Sabi niya, dapat lang masarap. And even the meatballs have a plant-based counterpart.
That's
right?
correct, yeah. And it's the plant balls. It's made from pea protein, potatoes, and other good stuff.
We will all try that later. So, ito naman, mahirap ang trabaho ni Miss Wayne, HR. I mean, all jobs are hard, but it's hard to manage people.
Yes. I wouldn't disagree.
So we live in a world where everyone seeks for a fairer and of course more equal treatment. And what is IKEA doing to achieve this goal?
Before I answer that question, mabuhay everyone.
Mabuhay!
So it's mabuhay and hey.
Yes, we love it.
So from the very start, IKEA's vision is to create better everyday lives for the many. You see that across, like in a lot of different places in the store, in our offices. And this is something that applies not just for customers, but also for our co-workers. So what we try to do here in HR is try to mimic the demographics of the people that shop in our stores with the people that we hire in IKEA. So para mas madaling makarelate, di ba? And so being able to do this, in other words, from the very start, we really aim for a diverse and inclusive workforce. And to do this, we have this thing called values-based recruitment. We believe that people are more important than their CVs. So we focus really on hiring people that share the values that we have, like simplicity, togetherness, renew and improve. Because we believe that skills are easy to teach. The values are already there because your parents taught you that. So we focus on values. So that's just the start. Of course, in HR, we also have certain metrics to make this fair and inclusive thing a reality. So we have, may mga metrics kami na binabantayan. For example, we try to maintain a 50-50 ratio between men and women. And consciously, when we hire, we try, even in logistics, for example, Yarek was saying that we have forklift operators that are women. These things are not usually commonly seen, right? So we don't, walang discrimination in those areas. And then here at IKEA, we also try to hire based on living wage, not minimum wage. Because normally, di ba, parang most companies, when we hire in retail, you talk about the minimum wage. We try to elevate because living wage is the money or the salary that you need to at least
live.
satisfy to live.
Pretty comfortable life.
Yes. So we hire using a living wage. And then, last but not the least, we also do not do contractualization, which is common in retail. We hire permanent, part-time, and full-time co-workers.
Ga-apply na po kami. Saan po bang pasa ng CV?
Pwede. Sure. And then last but not the least, we also believe in leaders. Everyone's a leader. So we don't really, we're not very particular with titles. Once you reach a leadership position, you won't hear people having a title of chief, mga ganon. Everyone's a manager, so for that, there's no hierarchy. And that's why we call everyone co-workers, because we treat each other as equals.
I love this. So walang sir po.
Wala.
Sir, ma'am?
No.
That's amazing.
So we call Daniel.
Yes, that's right. I understand because my husband runs, I think, his company the same way. So it's a really good, I think, system to have, and I think the values really show on what's important. And sorry, just to go back to the metrics that you said earlier, where are you currently on the 50-50?
We're at 49, 50, 49, 51. Mali ako na, magaling kasi ako sa tao, hindi sa numbers eh.
Same tayo, same. But guys, that deserves a big round of applause. 49% of the workers are female and 51 male. And you'd think, right, especially for logistics, and they're doing a lot of delivery, handling, like forklift drivers, there's, in your head, dami sigurong lalaki dyan. There probably are a lot of men, is what I said. But now, just to know that there's 49% of your workers are women is a lot huge. I think that's major, so congratulations. Last but definitely not the least, again, just to wrap things up, how does IKEA encourage co-workers to be more sustainable in the workplace naman? To practice what you preach as a company.
Caring for people and planet is also one of the values that we have. So, values are important. They're not just written on the walls. We really enable our co-workers to live them. So, to do this, from the very start, from the new hire orientation, we really share and make the co-workers understand the sustainability agenda. And then, of course, we support them. So, from simple things like if you go to our co-worker restaurant, you don't just see meatballs all the time. There's always a healthy food option. So there's salad and then there's plant balls. So the options actually remind you somehow to make healthy options sa pagkain pala. And then we also have this concept which is Swedish called Lago.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Lago.
Lago.
Yeah, L-A-G-O-M. If you look it up, it simply means not too much, not too little, just right. So we encourage people when we get food. Buffet style kasi yung co-worker restaurant namin. So when you get food, you're encouraged them to get food that you can actually eat. Because we don't want to have it. Kasi marami sa atin takaw mata, di ba? So, we just... So we just get food that we can eat. I mean, if you get a lot, we don't mind. As long as you can eat it,
Finish
you know?
it, yeah.
And then, we have a board in the co-worker restaurant that actually shows the food waste. Every day yun, di ba, Chef? So parang people are conscious not to waste food. So these are simple things that we do every day to make sure that we really enable our co-workers to be conscious of the sustainability agenda. And then of course, we have bigger programs like Health Week, where we measure the number of hours that people exercise, and then may katumbas yun na pera which we donate to a chosen charity.
That's nice.
May mga ganun kami. And then social days, we partner with like either a foundation or basta meron parang good neighbor activity kami that we do. It's also yearly, and there's even a social day leave that people are encouraged to do. Parang bring back.
To bring back. Let's say they want to be part of a drive to plant trees in this mountain, so they can do a social day.
Yeah, they can.
Ang
They can,
galing.
they can choose to do something on their own, but they
Yes.
also organize something together as a company. So things like that. I guess it reminds people, no, that caring for people and planet is not just a value that's there on the wall. We enable them to really do this.
So there is an action.
Yes.
Na ba? Hindi lang siya words on a board.
Correct.
They really live the values that they talk about. So thank you so much. It's so inspiring. I really would love to submit my CV. But it's so nice to be part. Yes, Karen.
Interview next week.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. No, sir. Yes,
No, sir.
Yes, Yare. Yes, Yare. I'll be there. Thank you for the very inspiring and engaging discussion. I mean, I learned so much. I'm sure everybody here did too. And it's, the planet really needs us. And that, thanks to IKEA's commitment to the people and planet, millions more can take those small steps towards sustainability. And that's what we're doing here today. Because sometimes it can get overwhelming, di ba? When you're like, what do I do? I don't have a sustainable lifestyle. Like, but it doesn't have to be huge things. And in my opinion, I don't think we should also beat ourselves up for not being 100% sustainable yet in our lives. I think it's just really small steps to becoming more conscious of people and planet. And that's what you are inspiring us to do. So thank you so much for this.